Daisy.
Hey.
What's good?
We finally got it.
I know, right? It's been like about 2 months since we've been trying to get this episode done.
I know. I bought me a microphone. That was the problem.
Oh, nice. What kind?
I don't know.
Oh, man. Wow. So how you been?
I've been good. Everything has been good. You know, I'm excited about everything that's happening, but it seems like it's kind of slowing down a little bit. But okay, because it's supposed to slow down so we can look back and catch our breath.
That always happens. Oh, man. So first off, tell everyone who you are and what do you do?
Okay, my name is Daisy, and I have a business called Live Life Journey where I help people at the beginning stages of their self-love, self-care journey. So we help them navigate these, the first stages. Usually when you first start your self-love, self-care journey, you really don't know how to start. So we teach meditation. We teach about cleansing and balancing the chakras. We make oils and candles to help aid you in the process. So basically, that's what I do. I'm a personal development coach.
Wow, that's amazing. And I'd love to thank you again for the box you gave me with all the sage and the oils and the bracelets. Those were amazing. You guys probably have seen the video by now. I made a video about it. Like, I made it as quick as possible because as soon as I got it, I had to go to work. So I had to make it quickly before I leave the house.
Yes, you are so welcome. You helped me in so many ways that I will not disclose to everyone. But you did a blessing to me, so I was glad that the box was a blessing to you.
Oh, man. Like, I truly appreciate it. How did you get started with your business and this journey?
In this journey, I had my own self-love issues. And for women, it always starts, I don't want to say it always, I'm going to speak for myself, but for me, it started with like a bad relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's like you keep meeting the same person over and over again, just in a different body. And so I was like, something has got to be wrong. Like, I need to take a break from this dating stuff and really need to figure out what's going on with me. And so once I start to learn, it's like as soon as you start to make up your mind, things start to come your way. And so things was like showing up like chakras and, you know, cleansing them and meditation and all that kind of stuff. So I started to research it and I just got into it. And I felt like everybody needs to know about this because you continue to live the same life over and over again, like the same day or the same year over and over again until you get your chakras cleansed. So I'm like, I got to help somebody. And that's like kind of how it started.
Wow, that is awesome. And it's like similar to like how I kind of got started, but except that I didn't really have like in another time to like figure out like what it was. So I got into this spiritual game a little bit late, but I kind of always had an idea that I was more spiritual. So back then, I was in relationships that were bad. And then the minute I told myself, like, yo, I'm not going to do this anymore for a while, that's when everything started, like, changing a little bit. And ever since, like, even before that, like, ever since I became, like, self-aware of what's going on in my life and what's happening, I started, like, doing stuff about it to, like, make it stop. So, example, like, I'll be with bad friends and I thought that it was okay to be with bad friends, and after a while, I was like, "Yo, I don't enjoy this anymore," and that's why I started decided to make action. And then later on, I remember when I got into the internet a little bit, and people were like talking to me about stuff that other people would be like pissed about if you talk about it, and even I was pissed about it too. And then like when I did some research, I was like, "Yo, this kind of made sense," and it's like I have to reprogram my whole mind to like figure everything out.
Yes, yes. It's like a whole, you got to unlearn, relearn, uproot. You got to do so much. Like, I started off like I was so religious. We grew up as Christians. And so like, but in the space that we grew up, it was so much emphasis on being married, so much emphasis on all these things of becoming this amazing person, but nobody never told you how to work from the inside out. And so that was the thing. You was doing all this stuff and you giving yourself to the community and you serving everybody, but you really don't know how to serve yourself. You don't know what to do to make you feel better. You don't know what to do to make life better for you. And so once we came out of religion, even though Christianity, that's where I got a lot of my roots and everything from. But when we came over to, or I speak for myself, when I came over to the Hebrew culture, that's what made sense to me. That was the first part of my wake up, coming out of what is religion. I wouldn't say that all Christianity is religion, but if you are being in a situation where you're not able to take care of yourself, whatever you believe in is not helping you to be better as a person from the inside, and the only thing that they're telling you to do is to work with everything around you, then I feel like you need to leave that alone and come and just find your own way. So now that we're in the Hebrew culture, it's like everything makes more sense to me. And I was able, because I was in the Hebrew culture, I was able to elevate my mind to see that it was other stuff that I can believe in or other stuff that I can do. You know what I mean? So it didn't box me in the way that I felt like Christianity did. Not saying that that's because I don't want to try to seem like I'm bashing anybody, but what I'm saying is what worked for me. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, and that definitely helped me to be able to be open to meditation and open to chakra work and stuff like that, because it loosened the chains of feeling like I had to be this cookie cutter person.
Yeah, that is awesome. Wow. And you're actually 100% right too, because that's how I felt like when I was getting hints about like, yo, like religion is more like of a anchor in a way, and spiritually like more like a boat where you can go wherever you want. Yeah. And I was like, yo, yeah. I didn't like it at first, but then after a while I was like, yo, this is actually much better for me. And even though I'm serving myself, like because I'm taking care of myself, I could be able to serve other people. Yeah. I never actually got into the Hebrew side, but I always wanted to know like a little bit about it. So mind telling me and the audience what is it about?
Okay, so what people would see on the YouTube or whatever, they would think of Hebrew Israelites or is that the only name we have? They have Hebrew Israelites. They would think Black Hebrew Israelites. I don't really go by the title. Like I'm a different kind of Hebrew. Like I don't really go by the title, and it's not about all these rules and all this kind of stuff. I keep the holy days. If you read the Bible and because you start to read the Bible as though you are the people. But it was taught in Christianity that we were grafted in. We was never taught that, the melanated people was a part of the plan, And so once I started to get into the Hebrew culture, the whole thing was like, you are the people. You know what I mean? It's you. I seen myself in the scriptures. And so once that happened, it was like it opened my mind up to what else did they not tell us? What else did we not know? And so that's not to say that anybody else isn't in the scripture, but the Bible is a book about one group of people, how they left, the Most High, and how they came back to the Most High. It's not really about the world, if you would was reading it. It's about the Israelites. You know what I mean? What happened to them, the kings and the prophetess and all that kind of stuff. It's about a certain, group of people. And for us to be excluded from that was just crazy to me. So when we started to learn about it, it was like it opened my world up to that, we can be anything. You know what I'm saying? What else have they hid from us? What else don't we know?
Oh, are you there? Oh, what just happened? Oh no, what happened? No. Oh, you're back.
Oh, it left. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, what happened?
I don't know. It just said reconnecting. I'm probably getting bad reception. It's a snowstorm here.
Oh man. Whoa.
Okay, so I guess I hope you heard everything I said because I was going on and on and on.
I got stuck at the part where you said that what else were they hiding?
Yeah, and so that's what that was the question that came up for me. And so after that question was answered, after I found out that we're in the book, I decided to just go into that, really, embrace myself, embrace the culture and indulge in the culture. My first year of finding that out, it was like my hair was wrapped every day. It was really serious, because we come from a place of seriousness. But then after being in it for like 2 or 3 years, it was like everything just was kind of loosening up. I was able to really, really be myself and still have my rooted beliefs.
Wow, that is amazing.
Thank you.
I really need to read that one of these days.
I hope I didn't ramble on. Once I start talking about that, I start to ramble. You have to tell me, like, okay, Daisy, that's enough.
Nah, rambling is good. Like, I do that a lot. If someone wanted to start reading up on Hebrew, what would you recommend?
First, I really don't know because I only know from what happened with me because I was going to school to be a minister. And that's what happens. Like everything that you learn, it starts from a question. If you don't have a question, then it's nothing, no answers is going to come to you. I was going to school to be a minister, and in the studying of what I was doing, I seen that Jesus kept the Sabbath. He kept the holy days. And my question is if we supposed to be following him, why are we not doing what he doing? That was my question. And that question opened up everything. So it's more like pray about it. If that's something that you're interested in, pray about it and allow the answers to come to you. Because all of a sudden, once you start making up your mind about you want to know about something, everything just kind of appears before you. Like you see it on Facebook, like I was just talking about that, or you hear somebody talking about it. So I don't think that it's nothing that I can tell you that you should read. I think it's just a question that you have to have and allow the universe to bring the answers to you.
That's actually beautifully said.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I really like that. Wow. So how did your business got started?
Oh, I started my business in 2019, and I had a family member that was going through a really, really rough time, and I was already on my journey. I was making myself a schedule, and I was following this schedule about keeping my chakras open and things like that. And so she was having a rough time, and I told her, and I really wanted to help her. And I didn't really know how, but I was like, well, I'm just going to put her on the same schedule that I was on. So I made her out a schedule, and every day I was telling her, this is the chakra they're working on today. This is what blocks this chakra. This is what heals this chakra. This is what you have to do. Wear this, go outside, just giving all these little directions. And, after that, we did like 2 weeks together, 2 weeks to a month together. And I was like, you know what? This is good. This can be a business. I can really help some people by putting them on a schedule, just a beginner schedule to help you open up your chakras and just to help you do some mindfulness, mindful meditation and stuff like that. So that's how it started. It was just me helping a family member.
Wow, that is awesome. Like, I remember, I believe it was 4 years ago when I first started like doing meditations and stuff. Like, my friend was like recommended it to me because I used to get stressed out a lot because like I do music, I freelance, I do a whole bunch of other stuff like flipping, and all of that can be overwhelming sometimes. So, my friend started showing me meditations, and ever since, like, almost every night I meditate now.
Yes, that is amazing.
And even thank you. And even last year, one of my friends who became a shaman, because we've been friends for so long, they wanted to like do a reading, and we did like a chakra test to see like which chakras are active and which ones are blocked. And it turns out that I believe my third eye was overactive, which I'm not really surprised of. I believe that, crown, and somewhere else I can't remember. But the ones that are blocked are the root and the heart.
Yeah. Oh man.
And we had to like figure out like what we need to do, and it was a whole bunch. It was beautiful. Like what I did to the root. I haven't did a test to see like how the root is now, but what we did for the root was like so beautiful, because without the root being fixed, like everything doesn't matter which one is active, you're gonna be like blocked from everything because the root is like the center of everything.
Yes. I'm like clapping. I'm clapping my hands like you are preaching. Yes. Yeah.
So one of the stuff we had to do was learn how to talk to our inner child, and it was like that was a different kind of experience that I never experienced before. Like I almost cried when I did that, because it's like literally like confronting the little guy who was you, and you're telling him that you're giving him the most reassurance that you possibly can. And it's like that little guy is in you, and now the more you help him, the more you get balanced. And I was like, yo, how is this even possible? I'm getting chills right now just talking about it, because it was really amazing experience. And then like after that, every night I would have to do these 30-minute meditations where you have to like open all 7 of your chakras and close them, and it was like, yo, this is awesome. Like it was a way to keep all of your chakras balanced and get more energized, especially with the colors and stuff. Like, whoa.
That sounds so amazing. And it's so crazy how much, like when you growing up, you just don't know what can block these chakras, and when you find out what happened, it's like you're going back in time. And for a lot of people, it's hard to go back in time because it holds so many memories, so many bad situations and stuff like that. So you have to be really ready for this journey, and you have to be willing to cry. Like we come from a household where it wasn't a lot of crying. I never seen my grandma. I seen my grandma cry probably like one time. I seen my mother cry once or twice. So as a child, you feel like it's not okay to cry. You know what I'm saying? The people, that's taking care of me, they never cry. But you might be a child that needs that. I think everybody needs to understand that it's okay to be emotional. And then we grow up as these adults and we don't know how to handle the emotions that bring tears to our eyes. And so that's a big thing. And so going back and healing the inner child and just letting the child know that it's okay to be emotional. It's okay. Everything that you're going through, I got you. That is a necessary thing that has to be done in this journey.
Definitely. Wow. And I used to cry a lot too. But when I turned 18, that's when I kind of got a little bit more tough. And even at one point, I forgot how to cry. Only once in the blue moon, I'll actually cry now.
But you probably figured out different ways to express yourself. It's only your emotions. They come. I tell my clients all the time, your emotions want to be acknowledged. They want to be felt and they want to be expressed. And until you acknowledge, feel, and express those emotions, they're going to keep coming up. They're going to keep dealing with the same situation, the same people, the same scenarios each and every time. You have to learn how to give your emotions a space to be themselves, whether they're good emotions or bad emotions.
Yes, that's the way. And I guess that's probably why, I probably don't cry as much, is maybe because I've already been using music as an outlet, because
exactly.
Most of the music I put out is usually about how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
And I put it out there, I don't really it's like a weight been lifted.
Yeah. Yes. A lot of artists, that's why it's so good to be creative. Our creativity is in our sacral chakra. And so when our sacral chakra is blocked, we're not able to create from a place of freedom. And so if you creating through you using your gifts and talents, and you're creating this space for your emotions, this space to express yourself. So that is absolutely right and true. I wish I can play an instrument or something.
Me too. I'm learning, but I took a break for a while, but I'm waiting until I quit my job so I can start back.
What you want to play?
I want to play the piano at first, but after that, I want to learn how to play the guitar.
I want to play the drums because I think it'll be good to get out a lot of aggression. But I did want to learn how to play the acoustic guitar. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I want to learn how to do.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you have I'm pretty sure you do, but what are your experience with spiritual guides?
What are my experience with spiritual guides?
Yes.
Okay. A lot of people don't, I don't want to say a lot of people. I'm just saying people at the beginning stage of their journey, that's kind of spooky for them. But it's becoming kind of trendy, the spiritual. What am I trying to say? This spiritual new way of experiencing creation, I guess. I don't know the words I'm trying to say for it, but this new way of thinking or believing. And so a lot of people like ancestors and stuff like that, they make altars to their ancestors and things like that. I'm all about the Most High. Like, my roots are in the Torah. So everything that I do is found in the Torah. So I don't really go, what works for me and helps me grow, I stick with it. If it was something that did not help me grow, I wouldn't be with it. So I definitely believe in angels. I believe in in your ancestors, that they help you. I believe that it's earth energies that help you. The elements help you and guide you in the ways of your life. So I'm with the whole guides, spiritual guides and, stuff like that. But it's a lot of Hebrews it's a lot of Hebrews that don't do a lot of what I do. So it's like a personal journey. It's very, very personal to what is going to help you to be the best person that you can be and be at your full potential at all times. So if you believe in different kind of spiritual guides and have, like different kind of spiritual beliefs, it's all good as long as there's no wickedness or evil with it. And it's
exactly
where you're going.
Yes, that's the way. The way I have like guides, it's like it's usually stuff that tells me like what's gonna happen. Like it's like unconscious in a way where like occasionally like I'll get like a feeling, and like depends on if I follow the feeling.
Yeah, we all have that choice, that free will choice. Like, are you gonna listen or not?
And then like when I don't listen and something bad happens, I'm like, oh, that's why. Like I remember like the last time like I decided that I wanted to like I was going to focus on this from now on was when I was in Trinidad, right? And I had this friend who I don't talk to anymore. And every time I hung out with this person, I became completely afraid. And I was like, yo, I don't understand why I'm afraid. This person is really cool. I told the person was cool. And then a whole big drama played out. And I was like, yo, what the hell just happened? And I was like, I knew I was afraid for a reason. And then my family had to get involved. And I was like, you know what? If I ever experience this feeling again when I'm with someone, I don't know why. I'm going to listen to it from now on. Like, I'm just going to make an emergency exit.
Okay.
And I'm bad about it.
Yeah, the intuition is everything. It's everything. Do you experience like numbers and stuff like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do.
I love the numbers. That's how it all started. Like when I started meditating, all of a sudden you start seeing the 111s and the 222s. And have you ever found any angel feathers? Like you just be in random places. It's like, why is it a feather here? It's no.
Yes.
See, and all that stuff is like the guidance, like the angels letting you know that you're on the right path. You know, they with you, they got your back. Like I'm with all of that. Self-awareness, yes. If I'm with you and I feel like I can't be my whole self, then it's like I'm making a decision not to be with you. You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh man. Yo. Speaking about angel numbers, I ended up stumbling an angel number a couple months back, and it was one of my favorite numbers I ever seen. It was 4242.
4242.
Yeah.
I want to look it up. What it means?
I'm just about to pull it up too. Let's see. Where is it?
Let me see the meaning. It's a state of compassion. Like an angel number is a symbol of compassion, being compassionate, meaning putting yourself in other people's shoes, understanding their emotions, including suffering. And many people are not able to exercise this symbolization. Oh, but this is a good number. And how you saying this number? When did you see this number?
I saw it some months ago. And then when I did some research, it was like, yo, this is my favorite number.
Yeah, that's a good number.
Yeah, they say it's I believe I remember when I first saw it, it was like, it's a kind of rare number that don't always come up. And I was like, yo, what the? I remember I was in the middle of work, and when I was cashing out someone, the change come up as 4242, and I was like, yo, what? I never before. Like usually I get like 111s.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get 1212 while I'm on the register. I'm like, yo.
But that's good.
Yeah, this one's powerful. From what I'm seeing and what I'm reading, it's like the number 4242 has called to you severely. I'm sure you have concluded that this repeated occurrence isn't just a coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
Angel number 4242 is one of the many angel numbers that sends us a message. Each number is made of figures that have their own vibrations and significance.
Mm-hmm.
It's from their significance that we can decipher what the angels are trying to say. Yo, this is awesome.
Yeah. It's amazing. But it's just good to have that, I don't know, that closeness of that everything is working out in your favor. It's like when I was in religion, I didn't have that closeness. You know what I'm saying? Like what felt like that individual help. Like I never seen numbers. I never had those moments of like tangible moments. You know, you had your dreams and stuff or whatever, but those tangible moments where I found a feather. Why is it a feather here? You know what I'm saying? Like it's no ducks around here, no nothing. Why is this feather here? So it's like once I got into my spiritual journey, it was like everything was more tangible. The Most High was everywhere. He was in the plants. He was in the sun, the water. It was like it made him so much bigger. It took him out of a box for me. You know, in religion, to me, I just had him on this throne, and it was like he's bigger than a throne. He's bigger than just being in the sky, and that's what spirituality done for me.
Yes, that's the way. I remember like this is a story my family always told me, but when I was born, my grandma on my dad's side, she got a dream that I was sitting on a throne with a crown,
Mm-hmm.
and my mom and my other grandma was like next to me. And when she got that dream, she was like, "Yo, this dude cannot be like his dad. Like he's going to do something great in the future." Mm-hmm. So I remember, well, my family, they told me that the minute I was born, they didn't have any permission to like touch me, to like gave me baths and stuff. Mm-hmm. Until like I believe it was about 14 or 16 days. I can't remember how much, but during those 14 days, like they was just my grandma. She was just trying to dispel any curse that I may have inherited from my dad, and I was like, "Yo, what?" I was like, "Yo, they did all this for me," and it's like, "Yo, this is crazy."
That is amazing. And you said 14 days. You know, I'm writing this down because I'm telling you, the grandmas got all the juice. Okay,
I know, right?
Because they know everything. So,
oh man, like I miss her so much because I used to be at the house every day. Like she lived like a couple blocks away, not even a block, like just down the street. So I used to go down there all the time and just hang out with grandma and her and my uncles and aunts, and it was fun. Like those guys were beautiful people to be around.
Amazing. Like I was talking to my sister today, and she was talking about how she wanted to clean the bloodline, you know, from her, when her kids get here. She want to clean the bloodline from her spouse because she don't know everything, and he probably don't know everything that's going on. So I think that is just so beautiful that your grandma did that, and she knew how to do it. It's just stuff that's just in us that we just know what to do. And
I know, right?
Grandmas are everything.
They are. Like, wow. Oh man, like I can't wait to like show my kids these stuff, because a lot of stuff like I have learning now are stuff that I never really got told about. So maybe like if I teach my kids how to do it, they'll have like a much easier life than me, and that's the goal.
Yes, I'm telling you, we was just talking about that today. You see the alignments. That's how you know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, because we was just talking about this today, how we nobody taught us how to do the things that we're doing now. And it's like they would have such a easier life knowing how to maneuver this world from the inside out. Like if you can wrangle in yourself and get yourself together, everything else is easy. I'm reading this book. I just got it. I haven't started reading it, but I'm going to start reading it. It's called, what is it called? Deliberately Receiving or something to that note. I don't have it here with me, but
no, I need that book.
It's just about like getting your vibration high enough to receive the things that you want and keeping it at that place. It's like I knew this, but just reading little snippets of this book, it's like this thing is going to take me to a whole nother level. You know, it's like, honestly, it's always an alignment for you to have anything to manifest. Your thoughts got to be right. You know, your thoughts got to be the same as your emotions. Your emotions got to be the same as your actions. So anytime we want something to come into our reality, there has to be an alignment. So if your inner man is saying, if you speaking on a mountaintop where I am amazing and confident and I have all of this, but your inner man is not confident or your emotions is not saying what your actions is doing. You know what I mean? It's just the alignment is off and you won't be able to manifest. So it's about getting all three of those things together on the same page so that you can receive the things that you want.
Whoa. I need that book.
I have when I get home, I'm going to message it to you. Like, I really need to get into this because it's so much that I want, but I want to make sure that I'm on the vibration to have it and to keep it, because we can manifest anything, but can we keep it? Like, we all heard the get rich quick stories. People get rich and then they're not able to keep their wealth because they don't know how. It's the inside job.
I know, right? Mm-hmm. I had a lot to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and it takes a lot of discipline to like maintain like this whole journey of what you're doing.
Yeah,
like it's okay to slip sometimes, but it's like so like you can't like once you're on this journey, like you're on it for life.
Yeah, you can't stop and you can't look back, and that's been my whole thing. Like, have you experienced like as you elevated, you kind of be disconnected from the people that you usually be around, like some friends you kind of disconnected with and things.
Yes.
It's like it's been crazy, but I understand now that that's a part of the journey. You know, everybody is not going to be able to keep up with you, and that's okay. Like, you have to be in a space where it's like, it's okay because I'm trying to elevate, because you're not, you know, breaking up with these people for, you know what I'm saying, just any old reason. It's like you're just moving ahead. And as we make choices, a whole different world opens up to us. It has different people. It has different situations. You know what I'm saying? Because you chose another path. And so you can't go back to the road that you just left. You just have to continue to move forward.
Yes. I remember seeing a video. I believe it was Snoop Dogg, and he was talking to A$AP Rocky about like what happens when you grow. Mm-hmm. And he described it as when you go up, you can't take the people with you in the bottom, because then you'll only go send yourself back to the bottom with them. Mm-hmm. That means that's why when you go to the top, the only way for the gap to close between you and your friends is if they come on the journey with you.
Yeah. Yeah. I completely agree, but I'm experiencing it now more than ever, because as you begin to succeed or just move out of the space of where you were, people start to think different of you. You know what I mean? Like, everybody, you be connected to people by your struggle. Like, if we all hate our job, we all in one group hating our job. Like, I hate this job. I don't, you know, why am I here? But then once one person get out and now they loving what they do, now everybody like, oh, you acting funny. It's like, no, I love my job now. You know?
That's exactly how I feel.
It's like you be connected to people through trauma, through crazy stuff, and it's just like, no, I'm really loving what I do now. I'm happier now, so I don't want to talk about things that don't make me happy.
Exactly. That's like how it was when at one point I was really, really depressed,
Mm-hmm.
and I had like trauma bonding friends. And after a while, I got tired of like being depressed. I decided to do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
But when I started doing something about it, the people I trauma bonded with, they got offended.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, you're trying to change. Like, and it's like, dude, we can't stay like this forever.
That's so true. It's like, come on, let's live. I want to see the light now. You know, like living every day in a struggle. And then when you all of a sudden start to thrive, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, come on now. We can't struggle forever. We cannot be like this forever. Let's go to the next side, okay?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. A lot of people think like sometimes it's okay to stay the same, but personally, I rather like experience life and try different things to elevate yourself. Mm-hmm. Because at one point I was like, I didn't even enjoy like being alive. Yeah. And now, like, I'm looking forward to like to see what the future holds.
Yes, I get that. And you just want to live. I just want to experience some things that I haven't experienced. I spent a lot of my life in religion. With all the rules and trying to make everything look like it's okay, smiling when you're really hurting, like all that kind of stuff, and putting everybody and everything before you. I spent a lot of my years in there. So at this point in my life, I just want to live. I want to laugh. I want to create. I want to enjoy myself. So I'm looking forward to life too. We on the same thing.
Hey. Oh man. When you started your business, what is some good advice you would like to give for anyone? Because I actually want to like scale my business and actually file like an LLC in a couple of months. And I was wondering, like, for anyone who's like me, who's trying to figure it out or wondering what to do, what is the best route to do?
I think first, do all your research, get all your ducks in a row, because alignment is everything. As far as like, know what you have to do first, second, third, because if you skip a step, you're gonna pay for it in the long run. You're gonna have to move backwards to fix it. So the first thing that I was able to do is to really have a solid business plan of exactly how I was going to make money, exactly what needed to be done, who is my audience, like things like that. And then when it comes down to making your business legal, it depends on what state you in. And in Illinois, the EIN number is free. That's your tax number to let everybody know that you are a business, and they can start taxing you now. Okay. Then I had got my LLC, and you get your articles. And all of this is done at the Secretary of State. I don't know what it's called in other states though, but, at the Secretary of State, and it was like $150. I had paid LegalZoom to do this for me because I really hate detail. I'm a person that I cannot stand the small details. But if you're a person that can really get into the details, you can do all this by yourself, and it will be a lot cheaper. Just go look on the site, put your name in there, and see if anybody else got your name. If they don't got your name, then you take that name, you pay $150. And any other little fees that they might have. But that's all it is just the research. What I did this too. I looked up what's the top 10 things that I needed to start my business, and they'll give you a list, So it's just about Googling, asking questions, and getting your ducks in a row.
Wow, that's amazing. Like yesterday I got a book that's for my business specifically. It's basically like how to start a record company, because what I want to do is I don't just want to make a record company, but I also want to make a full-blown media company.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I could do like a whole bunch of different projects without like limiting myself to just music, because there's so much stuff I want to do.
Yes, that's amazing. You want to do film? You look like you should be doing film.
Yes, I actually have like a script written down. I was talking about it with my friend on a podcast a couple of weeks ago. She did. She's an author,
Mm-hmm.
and we were talking about like all of the stuff we were working on. Like it was like fun, and I can't wait for that episode, that podcast to come out.
Mm-hmm.
But that's something I'm also really passionate about. So as soon as I quit the job, move, settle wherever, I'm gonna start working on it.
Mm-hmm. You look like you should be doing that. You're very animated.
Thanks.
I love it.
Oh man. Yo. And what's the roughest thing about like having a business?
The roughest thing that I experienced about having a business is not being ready when it came down to believing in myself, like my confidence. You know, I knew that I had the talent to do whatever I wanted to do, but when it came down to I can work anything, you know, as far as real, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is how it goes. But then when it come down to the big day where everything is supposed to change, that's when I get kind of a stage fright. You know, it's like, are we ready for this? Am I ready for this? This is going to change everything. And so I kind of psych myself out of the big moment. That's what I used to do. But that was the hardest thing about, you know, for me when it came to starting my own situation, because this is not my first business. So, but this is the business that I'm most passionate about. So it comes from a deeper place. It has a different purpose, you know, so, you know, it's easier this way. And then I'm constantly working on myself. I'm seeing, you know, because of my business, I'm constantly working on myself, seeing the things that I need to change. But my confidence is a big thing when you have to believe in yourself because nobody else will. If you go in there and you're just giving them these papers, no, you got to sell it. Everything you do, you have to be like this. Everybody needs this. You know what I mean? You have to really believe in yourself from a deep place. So confidence was my issue.
Wow. This is like something I've been through a lot as well. And it's mostly out of fear for me. Like I usually like be afraid of like, yo, what if I don't do it good? What if I have the slow day? What if something happens where I lose like all of the progress I've made so far? And at times, like when I start doing stuff, I'm like, yo, I can't be worried about this. If something happens, we'll deal with it like whenever it happens. I can't worry about stuff that hasn't happened yet.
The anxiety. Like I used to sing. I wasn't going to say anything, but I used to sing. I was in a girl group for 8 years, and what pulled me out of that is stage fright. You know, just going out in front of people and being judged, and what if I'm not good enough and all that. And I couldn't take it. Like I was like, I never want to be in the front again. You know, so. I get it, the anxiety, but it's like if you know how to take care of yourself, that's why I love my business so much, because if you know how to take care of yourself from the inside out, I would have known what to do to calm my anxiety down. I would have had the words to say, the techniques, the practices, you know what I mean? And I could have been somewhere else completely different, but you know, the Most High had a different plan. But it's like once you know how to take care of yourself, you're able to do more.
That is so true. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yo, like this confidence thing is like, I don't know, like before, like ever since I was a little kid, I used to have such a bad time dealing with people, especially because of anxiety, that I used to cry when people used to try to talk to me. That's how bad it was. And I kept that cycle until like I was like a teenager, like late teens, like when I was like 15ish. Like I remember like the last time like I like reacted badly when people were trying to talk to me was after I competed in the spelling bee and I came second place. and people kept trying to talk to me. I was like, yo, stay away from me. I remember the exact same words. I said, stay away from me. Yeah, and everyone was like, yo, what the hell's wrong with him? And it's like, and I was even saying it because I was mad that I came second place. Like, I was just scared of people.
Yeah, anxiety is real. It can really stop you. You know, people take medicine for anxiety. You know, sometimes it's way more severe than a meditation.
Wow. Like, I'm kind of glad that I was like born like in the 90s, like early 90s in Trinidad, because a lot of people now like they believe in medicine way more than like lifestyle. And I'm not even saying this to knock medicine, but I feel like if I was born at the later time where medicine was more accepted for depression and anxiety, I probably would have been stuck on it, and I would have been in the same cycle.
Yeah, because that's the over here. What is this? The Western or the Western medicine or whatever. They want you on the pill. They want you on the pill. Okay, and so like I'm so glad I became a herbalist last year. Was it last year? And so I'm just a low level, but you know all levels are high. Okay, but I'm just a herbalist from the beginning, and so learning about these herbs and stuff like this is like I don't know how I live my life without them. It's like you can take peppermint for a headache, you know what I'm saying, instead of taking a leave and all this kind of stuff. Just knowing the kind of oils and the different herbs that you can use has just been a life changer. But I wouldn't never have even thought of this unless I was on this journey.
That is amazing. Like those are stuff I really want to get. Like whenever I started focusing more on myself, because I already started preparing slowly, but now like I'm really trying to get into like more plants and stuff. Like I want to have a farm in the future.
Yes, that's a dream of mine. But I always get scared about it though. It's like, Dad, if I live on a farm, is there going to be an in-house bathroom? You know what I'm saying? Like I start thinking about stuff like that.
Oh man, but we'll save that for another topic. It's almost like an hour now. Before we go, why don't you tell everyone where they can find you?
You can find me on Instagram. The name is Live Life Journey 1. You can find us on Facebook, Live Life Journey, and you can find us on YouTube, Live Life Journey.
Awesome. And I believe you got a Patreon too now, right?
I got a Patreon. I forgot. Sign up for Patreon, you will get exclusive videos about the chakras. We'll go into it. We'll talk about the chakra life cycles, because it's a certain life cycle when the chakra started, when they started to get blocked and all that stuff. So it's a lot of good stuff on Patreon.
Wow, you guys definitely need to check it out, because I've been checking out her videos since she first contacted me. Like, yo, the way she contacted me, like, it was so random. and ever since we've been tight ever since. And I hope we stay like this, like, forever. Oh man, so I guess this is probably the end of this episode. So we'll chat later, and for everyone else, stay awesome. Peace.
Yeah.